I am tired. I am a tired fan of anime. We are allowing mediocrity to become normalized. We are allowing studios to create trash productions and view it as though it's just okay. We're constantly attempting to make excuses for studios to make stuff that isn't good. It doesn't look good. It doesn't appeal to what looks good, and we're allowing the faces within the community to allow that to happen, to make it seem like, okay, it's all right that the studio is trying to do the best that they can, or that they're trying to do this. One Punch Man Season 2, to me, is a microcosm of the issue with the current anime industry. And now, I'm not going to say it's all of the anime industry, because I could refute that, because there are a lot of shows that have been coming out that look really good. The most recent episode of Kimetsu no Yaiba looks phenomenal, done by Studio Ufotable. Phenomenal, right? Mob Psycho Season 1 and Season 2, especially Season 2 after it just came out and just ended, that looks amazing, you know? But after seeing this first episode of One Punch Man Season 2, and then seeing how many people are going out of their way to try to quell the frustration of the fans and to tell people, well, it's not that big of a deal that it doesn't look that amazing. It's not that big of a deal that it looks that amazing, because there's no way that it could have looked as good as Season 1. There are countless shows that come out with a second season that look just as good, if not better, than the first season. Mob Psycho Season 1 and Season 2 both look absolutely amazing. My Hero Academia, every single season looks amazing. There are long-running shonen series from start to finish look amazing. Fullmetal Alchemist and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, for the most part throughout the entire show, looks amazing. Hunter x Hunter 2011, from start to finish, look amazing. Attack on Titan, Season 1 through 3, all have extremely high quality animation throughout the entirety of the show. There is this way with anime fans where we're just like, oh, if its animation doesn't look that good, you know, we can make an excuse for that. When a majority of the time, whether or not the animation of a show looks good isn't really the budget. It depends on the passion of the people working on it. The reason why I feel like Mob Psycho Season 1 and Season 2 look so good is because Studio Bones is particularly passionate about this project and has been shown to like reestablish the profits that they put into the show. One Punch Man, for example, the reason why I feel like One Punch Man Season 2 may not be as amazing as Season 1 isn't because Shingo Natsume isn't working on it. It isn't even because the team who was initially working on it isn't working on it anymore. It's the fact that they didn't give the project enough time. It's the fact that they didn't care enough to wait and allow the animators to produce something that was good. It's like the moment there was an idea, Season 1 ended, they were stressing the idea of a Season 2 happening. And they wanted Season 2 to happen so bad because of the hype of Season 1 that they ended up rushing and producing a season of lower quality. It wasn't because JC staff was incapable of doing it. It wasn't because of that. It wasn't because there was an impossibility that Season 2 could ever come close or surpass Season 1. Because it's possible. Mob Psycho Season 1 looks just as good, if not better. No, just as good as One Punch Man Season 1. I'm going to make that statement. I'm going to make that bold claim that Mob Psycho Season 1 looked just as good as One Punch Man Season 1. If we're talking about fluidity of animation and dynamics, definitely there. If we're talking about the innovation when it comes to the animation, heck, I would say that Mob Psycho goes above and beyond One Punch Man because of the type of different art styles that they use inside of Mob Psycho in comparison to One Punch Man. One Punch Man looks amazing, don't get me wrong. Like, structurally, it's amazing. But Mob Psycho is very innovative in how it conveys its animation, how it conveys its movement, you know? The problem here isn't the studio. It's the passion behind the creators. Whether or not it was Studio JC Staff or Madhouse, I feel as though this season wasn't done with passion. It was done because we need a second season of One Punch Man. That's why it was made. It wasn't made because there are these people who genuinely care about One Punch Man, and we're trying to make a second season because we love One Punch Man. It was because we're going to make the second season because the fans want it. You know, we're making the second season because the fans want it. And it doesn't matter if it looks amazing or not, you know? And somebody in the anime community, I'm not going to name no names, said the most stupidest comment I ever heard. That the reason why One Punch Man Season 2 was so good was because this one guy, this one director got specialty people to come onto his project and to create this amazing work that would have, under other circumstances, would have been completely impossible. And it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Someone could have said that about Space Dandy. What about Space Dandy? Space Dandy was done by a guy who was a director who was very particular about the people he wanted on his project. And that's why Space Dandy was so good. And there were 2 seasons of Space Dandy. Both seasons looked amazing. And a lot of the animators who worked on Space Dandy worked on One Punch Man. The same director, similar directors, because they had, I think Shingo Natsume worked on Space Dandy and he worked on One Punch Man. And there were 2 seasons of that and both seasons looked amazing. Cowboy Bebop. Specialty animators. Shinichiro Watanabe. Ring any bells, anyone? It's not a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It's not a unique thing for animation studios or an individual who just so happened to be working for that studio at the time doesn't get specialty people to help him work on his project and create something innovative and amazing. It's not impossible. It's not like there's no way that would have happened. When people have been doing that since the 80s. People have been doing that since anime's inception. People have been getting specialty groups of people to help them work on stuff. That's how studios were formulated. You had this one person who had a vision, right? And then this one person got a bunch of people together and they produced something amazing and started their own studio. So Chibi Reviews, I don't know where you're getting your information from. I don't know what your statement is. It just sounds like you're making an excuse for the studio to create something mediocre when this past 2 seasons, countless studios have been producing amazing work. Promise Neverland Season 1. While I didn't really like the art style, its animation looked amazing because the passion was there. Kimetsu no Yaiba. First episode, looked amazing. Ufotable. I'm not going to make any assumptions that it's going to look amazing the entire way through, but it does look really good, okay? Where is the logic behind your statement? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, where is the statement coming from? Because it just sounds like a half-baked excuse based in nothing. Sure, there might have been an Anime News Network article that said that he was able to get specialty animators on his crew, but there's no way that was completely almost impossible. Or else it wouldn't have happened. What they needed was more time and more passion. The budget doesn't matter. A lot of people assume that the budget is the number one decider in whether or not an anime looks good or not. Season 1 was not done on that big of a budget. It wasn't. They had to work with what they had, and they had the passion for the project. So any anime fans out there who are creating excuses for these writers by saying, well, not these writers, creating excuses for these anime producers by saying there wasn't enough people on the crew, or not wasn't enough people, by saying that it was One Punch Man was a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, there are no other productions that looked way better than One Punch Man and were as consistent as One Punch Man, and was done by this one animator who wanted to produce something amazing, when Shingo Natsume did it twice. People who basically say that you shouldn't knock the series because, this studio did an okay job, are the people who I'm really terrified of, because it's like, you're just okay with things looking subpar, mid-tier. You're okay with that, when it's ultimately the buyer who decides the quality of the work. If you're here and you see something that you don't like about something, don't create an excuse for it. Point it out, be real about it, and don't watch the show anymore. Boycott the show. Stop watching it. Because the studio would be like, okay, we produced the show and it bombed. It was bad. So let's try to make season 2 better next time. Or let's try to make something better. That's what how do you think Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, how do you think all these other productions it came to existence? It's because there was a demand for it and the people were passionate about it. Don't make excuses for these studios. It's either they produce something of quality, or just don't watch it. Don't support something that is mid-tier, subpar, when it could be better. It definitely could be better. It definitely could be better. So there's no way that I am ever going to support that, when also Dr. Stone's season 1 is about to come out. If you look at how that's looking so far, it looks amazing. So where's the excuse? Basically, yeah, what I said before, people weren't patient. Peace.